All right, 28th. We are doing a quick update because we're going out of town. This is when you walk in. Tomatoes on the right. Everything here seems to have accepted its new habitat and progressing. And those were tomatoes. These are cucumbers. You'll see as we're going, I put in this irrigation thing, which is working perfectly, but it's taxing my home plumbing, and we're about to go out of town for like 4 days. So we're gonna let everybody just ride, which sucks. But see, that's the big bushy one in the back there is a little lemon. We're gonna keep him dwarfed. That's lavender. It's bell pepper. See, these guys are going well. The mosquitoes are all over. You can't see it, but the carrots and all those root guys are coming in. Corn continues to make really nice progress. I'm a really big fan of that. That's blueberry. It's a cherry tomato. He's a little stunted. Not sure what his deal is. Got peanuts there. Forget what's in there. More cucumbers. We're gonna divide them up. That's some sort of a squash or something. That's eggplant. That's eggplant. These are eggplant, okra, squash. It's survival of the fittest right now. Let's see who's gonna stay. Some more eggplant there hanging out. That's probably gonna be our primary okra guy. He's a pretty little pollinator. Just look at that. It's pretty cool. And then these are going back to the in-ground. That's a bush bean. It's a kind of a southern, people in the south like that. This is another squash that's, you can see everybody's finally starting to agree with their habitat. This is zucchini. This is actually the stronger one. And if everything goes well, they're gonna get huge, but who knows? These are cucumbers. Made this little trellis. Pepper plants. Our most successful pepper plants are actually in a different part of the property. And these are like basil, and dill is going nuts. Some onions and rosemary, ancho chilies. But yeah, the irrigation thing it works phenomenal, but something is making the water system in my home hum. And if I'm going out of town for 4 days, I don't need to come back to a swimming pool in my basement. So we're gonna let it ride. There's not supposed to be a lot of rain. I actually was just hanging out with a neighbor, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I mean, they're plants. We fed everything this morning and got a good little drink. But yeah, the cool thing is, like, now that this is done, I have all the stuff except for the tanks. I'm gonna put in a big water tank here. I got the battery, the solar panel is gonna go there, and it'll just automatically feed. And starting out, we'll just refill the water tank once a week, once every couple of weeks, and it's on a timer. So the solar powers a pump, which will pump the water, and then it goes into these little like drippers. And I actually shot a video about it yesterday, and I was so proud of it. But then I was going to leave it running for an hour, and I went in the house and I was like, what is that noise? Well, it turned out the way that the pressure is regulated on this irrigation thing or whatever is not very home friendly. So like I said, I mean, if I'm having a bigger problem there, maybe I'll have somebody check it out, but I'm not going to chance it while I'm out of town. But we're very happy. We've been putting a lot of, and Mom, for you, we've been putting a lot of nitrogen on these. When you start seeing yellowing or stunted growth, when you look at your fertilizers, there can be more, but generally there's 3 numbers on there. NPK, that's nitrogen, phosphorus, and I forget the other one. The nitrogen is what produces like healthy leaf growth. And so you really, in the beginning, you want to do a lot of nitrogen because it gets the stems going, it gets the leaves going, And then after, you know, your plants are established to a point where either you're happy that they're going to fruit with the amount of area that you have, like for example these zucchini, right? Oh, what is this little froggy? Where'd he go? Look at that little toad there. Did I get him? I don't know if you can see him or not. But that's a good garden visitor. But anyway, these things can get huge, absolutely huge, in the right conditions. But you might not have the space, and we don't want them to be the point where we can't walk in here. We'd be lucky if you got that point. But that's when you start backing off the nitrogen. You start looking at potassium and some of the other things. It is very, very, well, it's not very, it's kind of basic science on what they need to produce good, let's see the bees and the pollinators there. I don't know if you can see them. But then you start throwing the stuff at it that will promote good fruit growth and go from there. But anyway, we're pretty happy. I mean, it's not as strong as I would like it to be, but it's not even June yet, so can't really complain. But anyway, we'll throw another update in maybe in another week. See ya.